guys, I'm Gasha. Welcome to the channel and to our coffee times together. Today I thought I would come to you with some horror. Now every month I make a video about upcoming book releases for that specific month, but it's a little bit more mixed. So I did find a list today of some books that I am expecting to come out this year, and that list includes only horror books. So it is only 12 books, so I decided to make this little list of upcoming horror books that I am excited about.
It's coffee time!
So for this list, I wanted to talk only about books that have not been published yet, but there is a book that, I am so excited about, and it's basically just about published by the time you watch this video probably, and that is The Deep by Alma Katsu, and this one is coming out on the 5th of March. Reasons why I'm excited about this book. This is a book that is based on the Titanic, but if you turn that into a horror story, like, excuse me, sign me up for that. And it is supposed to follow this ship in which people, start to disappear. They start to be killed, and I think it's going to even follow different timelines. I'm not really sure, and I'm just so excited about it. I'm hoping to have a great horror story in the sea. There are not so many horror stories that have to do with the sea that I really truly loved, so I'm hoping that this one's gonna be it, and this is one of the ones that I am expecting to give a 5 coffee mug rating, so I'm hoping it's gonna be good. On the 7th of April we have a mouthful of a book. I know a lot of people are expecting this one because it is the new Grady Hendrix book, and it is called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So we're following the story of Patricia, and her life has become very monotone, very boring. She's married, she has children, and her only kind of escape is to go to this book club. And one day Patricia is attacked by an elderly, and one of the relatives from this elderly person is somebody from her past that she doesn't really remember. And then people in town are worried because children start to disappear. So Patricia, together with this book club, start to investigate what is happening to these children. I'm really excited about this one, mostly because vampires is a word that it's in the title. Let's be real here. And Grady Hendrix, I've only read My Best Friend's Exorcism. I enjoyed it, but it was not like a 5 coffee mug rating for me or anything. But I've heard really good things about horror stores, so I think I'm gonna give that one a try, and definitely gonna check this one out because I really love stories that have to do with vampires, and this plot sounds like something for me. On the 21st of April we have Velocities by Kathy Koja. I hope I pronounced that right, and this is a compilation of 13 short horror stories. Excited about this one. There's something about horror like short stories. They can be have such a huge impact because they can be so direct and so raw, and I really love them because in these kind of stories, making like great twists and things like that is something that I absolutely love. I don't know, I'm a big fan of horror short stories. Other type of short stories from other genres are not really my thing most of the time, but when it comes to horror, I've always really enjoyed short stories. Maybe it's because I grew up watching, Tales from the Crypt and things like that, and Goosebumps and things like that, like the TV show. So yeah, maybe it's because of that. On the 21st of April as well, we have a 3rd book in a series, but that I have heard that it can be read as a, solo book. And after I heard about this one, I actually want to pick up the other first 2 books because it sounds like something totally down my alley. It's called Creatures of Charm and Hunger, and they're by Molly Tanzer, and the series, it's called The Diabolist Library. And that is basically what this is about. There is this kind of secret society that works in this kind of library, and they are diabologists, and I am like, yes please. So I don't know, it sounds really interesting. I was unfamiliar with this series, and definitely one that I would like to check out. On the 23rd of April we have The Wise Friend by Ramsey Campbell. I just read The Influence by him and I really enjoyed it, so I would like to give this one a try. We're following the story of Patrick, whose aunt Thelma. She was an artist, and towards the end of her career she started, you know, going to the darker side and more kind of like the occult side, so her works used to be darker. And one day he finds her diary where she used to write a lot of things about her experiences and all of these darkness and occult, and Patrick's son Roy finds this and starts to get interested in investigating in the occult. On the 5th of May we have If It Bleeds by Stephen King, obviously one that I have already pre-ordered. I rarely pre-order books, but when it comes to Stephen King's hardcovers I just feel like I have to at this point. And this is basically 4 stories in 1 volume. I'm really excited about it. I'm just really excited because short stories by Stephen King tend to be also one of my favorite things. So yeah, really pumped for this. On the 12th of May we have Devolution, a first-hand account of the Rainier Sasquatch Massacre by Max Brooks. So this is supposed to be after a volcano or something erupts, and under all of the wreckage that it leaves there are some journals that are found by Kate, and these are supposed to reveal darker secrets. And I've also heard that there is Bigfoot in this book, so sold. On the 19th of May we have a book that I don't know too much about, but hear me out. This is called The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, and this has been pitched to be the Jordan Peele of books. If you're unfamiliar with Jordan Peele, he is, well, was an actor, now also director, that directed his directorial debut was Get Out, and then he came out with Us, and it's also the guy behind a new adaptation of Candyman that is coming out this year. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele because he combines horror with some social awareness, and he always speaks about really important social matters. This follows 4 American Indian men that after an event in their childhood they are still being kind of followed by some sort of entity. I don't know, I'm hoping this is going to be horror with some kind of social commentary to it. Super interested about this one. On the 30th of June we have Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The only thing I know about this one is that it is a feminist reimagining of a Gothic, you know, regular Gothic horror tale. So I am super excited about this one. I always love when they do this kind of twists on typical stories that we got to know. I am a sucker for, you know, Gothic kind of fantasies in movies and in books, and this is going to be a feminist approach to it, so I'm really excited about this one. On the 7th of July we have Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay, and I really want to check this one out because it's one of those apocalyptic scenarios where a virus is threatening to eliminate, you know, humankind. It's basically this virus that starts spreading, something similar to rabies, but it acts super quickly, like in a matter of minutes or an hour you're already lost your mind. And so the hospitals are flooded with people that are sick and dying, and they are trying to contain it with quarantine, but it's not really working. So this just sounds perfect. On the 21st of July we have Mallory. This is book 2 after Bird Box by John Mallerman. I really loved Bird Box, so I cannot wait for this book. I'm gonna read it also as soon as it comes out because I think Netflix is going to adapt this one as well. On the 25th of August there's one that I am super excited about. It's by Adam Cesare. I hope I pronounced that right, and it is called Clown in a Cornfield. I am super excited about this one. It's about a family that moves into a very small town called Kettle Springs, and apparently this town is super divided. Like half of the town is the older conservative people that want to keep the traditions, and the other half is the new young kids that just want to have fun and do pranks and, you know, get out of Kettle Springs as soon as possible. And everything, you know, is just divided, but everything seems fine until the mascot of one of the teams that dress up as this clown goes homicidal, and I'm expecting people to die. I don't know, clowns and horror are definitely one of my weaknesses. I really like how this cover looks like, and this is also one of the ones that I am most excited about for 2020. I'm gonna have to wait basically nearly until my birthday. My birthday is one day before this book's releases, which might be also, you know, something that indicates I really have to read this book. And this is the last one that I'm gonna talk to you about. I might do another of these videos if you would like it, to let you know which horror books we can expect from fall and winter, and also maybe combine it with some thrillers, which are great reads for that seasons. And yeah, so basically these are some of the books that are coming out that are horror, so you can keep them on your radar. These were 12 titles that I find really interesting, but there are probably a lot more out there. So if you know of new horror releases that are still coming out until the end of August, let me know in the comments down below and let's discuss the books that I've mentioned. Are you interested in any of them? Let me know down below. And remember, before you leave, please give the video a big thumbs up for support. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and hit the notification bell before you leave. If you want to follow me in other social media, you will find in the description box the links to my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Goodreads, so please add me there so that we can follow each other, and I'll hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!